Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we have some more exciting news for the general aviation pilots among us. And in an interview that developer A2A Simulations held with PC Pilot, they have confirmed that they are working on the Comanche in MSFS and have actually shared a screenshot of the aircraft in the new simulator within that interview. Unfortunately, it is hidden beyond the paywall on the website key.aero or directly on the PC Pilot website. I'm going to link it for you in the description below, and since it is beyond the paywall, I cannot freely share the image that they have published due to copyright reasons. However, let's quickly summarize the most important aspects. And in one portion of that interview, Scott from A2A Simulations said that they are now bringing the A2A Simulations Comanche into the MSFS simulator, completely with the AccuSim simulations that they have been famous for in the FSX and P3D days. Now, those of you who are new to flight simulation with Microsoft Flight Simulator, or who might have been flying X-Plane before and may not be familiar with A2A Simulations, let me give you a quick introduction into whom they are. A2A Simulations have for a very long time been the leading developer in aircraft development for general aviation aircraft, single-engine piston aircraft, in the flight sim community, or at least in the FSX and P3D community. In my time in FSX and P3D, there simply were no better simulations available than the A2A aircraft when we talk about general aviation. So they were simulating things like all the internal components of the engine, and they could actually wear out, and mishandling them could cause them to fail, which, as far as I remember, could be deactivated by an option. So don't be turned off just because you may not want to have your engine fail if you mishandle it. They also featured things like the walk-around. You could actually find something being wrong on walk-around, which could then have an impact on your flight. For example, there could be screws missing, or there could be some nesting in the engine inlets and stuff like that. So, on top of that, their AccuSim program, I'll just call it. It is actually a very detailed simulation of the aircraft, of its engine, etc. Provided for some very, very realistic engine behavior and flight behavior that I really enjoyed in my time in FSX and P3D. Now, in the first 2 years of Microsoft Flight Simulator existing on the market, A2A Simulations, let's say, went under the hood for a bit and weren't really visible to the overall community with MSFS add-on aircraft. That was probably because they had to dig a lot to get their previous programs working in MSFS. But it seems like they're on a very good way, and they have even announced that they have 2 other completely new AccuSim aircraft in early stages of development. So, finishing this up, the Comanche is actually an aircraft that Scott has owned himself. So he owned it, he flew it, he maintained it, so he has a very, very good insight into this aircraft. The P3D Comanche was an absolutely stunning aircraft. I'm really looking forward to see this one come to MSFS. There is no confirmation yet as to when that may be, but they are apparently doing good progress from what I could derive from reading the interview. Now, as said, the interview itself is hidden beyond the paywall, so I don't just want to quote the whole interview for you guys here. If you're interested, it is linked in the video description below so that you can read it up, but be aware that it does require a paid subscription to key.aero. Anyway, I would like to thank you very much for joining today. If you're a fan of general aviation aircraft like I am, then this is most definitely something to keep following and to keep track of, because A2A have just released wonderful aircraft in the earlier days of flight simming, so I'm really looking forward to what they can actually do in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Thank you very much for joining. Hope you guys are having a good time. Hope to see you all again soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.